Julius Randle and that contract extension. Now, I didn't want to segue to this right away, but something in me, had me want to segue to it. Now, for all of the audience that's watching right now, shout out to you guys. You guys don't know the backstory about this. Let me enlighten you really quick. We were doing a studio check yesterday, like I normally do with all of my guests, to make sure things are working. And during that, we have a little discussion. So, me and we discussed Julius Randle. Now, I don't care if anybody agrees with me or not, but what we disagreed about was a little bit, I wouldn't say odd, but I didn't expect to get disagreement from him about it because I've spoken to him so long ago. So it reminded me how long it's been since we've spoken about this. Look at him sweating. I got him sweating already.
I already know what's coming.
The extension, my brother. So, Julius Randle is going to be extension eligible early August. I believe it's August 3rd, but it might have changed. Still early August, though. Now, according to Ian Bagley, he states, I think it would take a major shift in thinking on both sides to get an extension done for Randle when he is eligible early next month. So it's clear, even though the Knicks could possibly give him an extension, and maybe that's been talked about, it's not at the forefront for Randle, nor is it at the forefront for the Knicks. So the likelihood of him getting that extension is very, very low. I don't think he gets that extension. I really don't think he gets that extension this summer. I think he probably gets it next offseason. Now, the criticism that I always hear about that, or the pushback is, well, if you do that, Troy, then Julius Randle can be an unrestricted free agent. He can walk for nothing. And my whole thing to that is, he is loved by James Dolan, Leon Rose, the Worldwide West, the entire front office. I get that he would be an unrestricted free agent, but the loyalty he's shown the Knicks, I'm not looking at him as that traditional unrestricted free agent. Either he's going to stay a Knick or he would be in a sign and trade, but I think he would do what was beneficial for him in his career. For you, with Julius Randle, let's first start with that extension part. Do you think when he's eligible to get extended early August, will he get that extension from the Knicks?
I mean, I think that the Knicks have prepared a package, and if he was comfortable signing it, then we would hear about it on the 3rd. I think, like Ian said, that they're on two different pages when it comes to what that number should be or that figure should be. So I don't expect to see breaking news from anybody on August 3rd about an extension for Julius Randle. I'm kind of in the camp that they're gonna kick the can there, and I'm gonna remind you now, and I'll remind the fans of what happened with Emmanuel Quickley, right? Emmanuel Quickley had, I think it was October 25th, he had to sign by then, or he would become whatever the type of free agent or restricted free agent or whatever it was, the type of free agent he would be, where he could walk at the end of the year for nothing. Restricted. And I think at that moment, thank you. And I think at that moment is when the Knicks said, okay, now as we approach the trade deadline, this is a key guy in any package that we move, because we're not going to lose him for nothing, right? If you talk about guys that they drafted, I think Frank Ntilikina was the last one that walked for free, right? That they didn't do something with. If you look at this front office and the organization, the only person that kind of got away from them was Isaiah Hartenstein. And he wasn't a draft pick, he was a signing, and it was a mechanism in the CBA that prevented them from really offering him more or something more competitive like other teams were. And I don't blame Isaiah. I think Isaiah did the right thing for him and his family, and good luck to him. But, when we talk about Julius Randle now, I think of that, man. I think of what they did with IQ. And I think Julius now if Julius is not comfortable with the offer they've put on the table, yeah, man, I think that when you start talking about maybe, I don't want to get into names, but I think that when you mention that trade deadline that's coming down the road, he may be one of those guys that finds himself packaged up like Emmanuel Quickley did on the move.
So, all right, here's where so that's exactly where we stopped, right? If I'm not mistaken. That's where we stopped yesterday. So I'm very happy we did, because I have a whole new re-energized type of take on this. Why in the world would they trade Randle when the value for Randle still needs to be seen? The thing with Randle has to be the playoffs. That's where value skyrockets. If he doesn't play well in the playoffs, then the value goes down. If he does well, his value goes up. You might be able to get more from him. If you trade him by the trade deadline, even if he does have a good year, The things that will go against him will always be the injuries, even though it shouldn't, because in my opinion, they're more freak injuries, but some people don't even consider that anymore. Injury each year, after each year is injury, whatever. So they'll consider the injury history. Then they'll consider the fact of, in the postseason, what does he do? What does he give you? What is his average? Those things are always going to weigh him down. And if you've not seen a postseason, then that means you're betting on something to happen that you've never seen. So I ask you, as a GM, if you want to go out there and get Randle, maybe moved at the trade deadline, like you said, like they did with the Quickly, right? Which I think Quickly situation is a little bit different because we wasn't making any money. Randle's already making money. Yeah, he'll make more, but I mean, we're talking about somebody who's a 3-time All-Star, whatever. I mean, all I'm saying is that it wouldn't make sense for the Knicks to trade him at that point because they would not be able to maximize the value to get him back for. And maybe you're going to say, you're never going to be able to do that. There's never going to be a time where his value is going to be at that point. And even if it is, maybe the Knicks won't ever capitalize on trying to get that player back. And I can understand that if that's your point of view, but I'll let you answer it. My point of view is they can't trade him because the value wouldn't make sense at that time. It would make more sense to wait till the offseason to sign and trade him. To that you say?
I don't think, I mean, I get that the sign and trade is a possibility. I don't think they'd wait that long. I don't. I like I said, and I'll still give the example of Emmanuel Quickly because I look at each player as an asset, right? At the end of the day, they took Obi Toppin and they flipped them for 2 second-round picks, right? And I know we're talking about, Randle's a multi-time All-Star and whatever else, and all the accolades in the world. He's really become a really good player. I had my issues with Randle. I thought that he had real challenges controlling his temper. I think he would let his temper get the best of him, and he would lose focus on the floor. And I think you saw that. And I think what you see now with Randle is I think he's matured. I think Randle's gone through those bumps in the road, and I love the fact that it's happened here at New York. Right? There's so many things that have been tied to our organization. We've come a long way from the LOL Knicks era, and whether the fans like it or not, Randle is part of that process. And Randle, who was here, is now here. Like, this is a guy that's grown. He's matured. You saw the impact of Jalen Brunson. I do think there's value there, and I don't think that they would risk, a sign and trade down the road because, whatever, they're going to have this loyalty party. If there was a loyalty party, they would have had it right now, right? But what's going on? He's in China with Skechers, getting money, doing advertising, doing whatever he's doing on the Great Wall with his nice Skechers. So get money, Big Jew. I'm not mad at you. Get your money. Why would we think now all of a sudden? And I get that, the heartstrings are being pulled. Like I said, he came from here to there, and all that is absolutely there. He's changed agency and came back home. All that is in the bag. But this is a business. And at the end of the day, we're talking about championships, and this team hasn't been in this position in my lifetime. I can't say we are in the position we're now. So do you really think that they're going to waste opportunity because Randle do the right thing over the summer in a sign and trade when he didn't do the right thing now? Per them, he didn't do the right thing. Of course, he's doing what he thinks is best for him. I don't agree with you, bro. I think they move him by the deadline. I don't know who for. I don't know what will open up. But if they can trade Obi Toppin for 2 second-round picks, I think anything's possible.
I can hear you on that just because of the fact of the anything possible part is absolute because Leon Rose has made that absolute. Anything is absolutely possible, the bad and the good. So we can definitely acknowledge that. But I still think with the Randle situation, he is too unique of a player. I understand everything you said. It does make a lot of sense.
Wait, let me hit you with something really quick.
Go ahead.
The bottom falls out in LA. Bottom falls out for the Lakers specifically.
Okay.
And they're going to blow that up. They need assets. They want to move, and Anthony Davis is on the table.
Right.
And you could send Julius Randle for Anthony Davis back to the team that first drafted him, who's about to bottom out, and he can get his numbers and he can rock out and do what he wants to do, and the Knicks get back Anthony Davis. You don't think they do that? Like, we don't know what's going to happen down the road. We don't know what's possible. Anything could happen from here to the trade deadline. For me, just hypothetically speaking, I look at it like that. Like, what if the Lakers bottom out? It's going to be all about Bronny and LeBron and that. And okay, we need some guys that can run around with them. Anthony Davis is out. Let's get some assets.
Yeah,
bro. Julius is on his way out, bro. Julius will be on his way out. Not that I want it.
I know. Listen. I want to make it clear. Anytime a content creator says anything, it's an opinion on a question that was asked. I asked him a question. He didn't just go out the blue and run out the street and say, hey, this is what it is. You're like, no, we're talking here. If you enjoyed these clips from Knicks Live, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on, so that way you never miss a new episode of Knicks Live. Thanks for watching, Knicks fans, and until next time, peace.